Then, less than a week later, this startling clip was uploaded to the restaurant's Facebook page. This time, the incident occurs in the middle of a room full of hungry diners. Without warning, one of the chairs begins to tip backwards, as if there's a ghostly presence sitting in it. Several patrons witness the bizarre disturbance, which bothers one of them enough to actually get up and check the chair. The startling footage even made the news, where some noted the perfect timing of the events, which occurred just weeks before Halloween. This led several skeptics to suggest that it might have been staged in an attempt to attract extra patrons to the restaurant. While this is possible, the fact that we see one of the diners examining the chair in the second clip suggests that it could indeed be genuine. Many viewers also seem adamant that the events were caused by something supernatural. Even the bar's co-owner thinks that there could be at least 2 resident ghosts in the building. He blames the place's original owners, Ralph and Don, adding, "Whenever something funny happens, it's their fault." So what do you think? Is this California restaurant really haunted by ghosts? Or is there another explanation for the mysterious movement of the chairs? This next piece of shocking ghost footage, recommended by Slaptam viewer Logan C878 and featured on Mindseed TV, provides viewers with some seriously disturbing content. A viewer reached out to Mindseed TV explaining that their grandfather had recently passed away and given him his house. However, an unknown and malicious spirit has prevented him from being at peace when entering the home. The group sets out to undergo an intense paranormal investigation, bringing multiple pieces of equipment along with them, including standard EMF detectors and thermal cameras. However, this footage gets really unsettling when the group breaks out their Ouija board in an attempt to communicate with the spirit. As the investigators explained, they were met with an immediate sense of foreboding when entering the house. Walking through its rooms, there was not a single place where the group didn't feel an eerie, dark presence.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a good vibe.
Continuing to walk through the home, the group mentions that one room in particular gave off so foul of a stench that the group became convinced a dead animal must have been in there.
This room stinks.
However, one of their cameras immediately malfunctioned after entering the room, leaving viewers to believe that the room must be the epicenter of the paranormal activity. Continuing to make their way through the home, feeling watched, the group eventually picks up the sound of a spirit telling them to come get it. It's when the group decides to bust out the Ouija board and one of them breaks contact for a second that a light flickers in the room. Towards the end of the video, the investigation takes a very dark and ominous turn. The group believes they've heard the piano being played, even though no one else is around.
Is that you playing the piano? I don't see any more of the keys pushed down. If that was you, could do it again.
One of the members decides to encourage a response by playing the piano and asking if anyone's there. The response is truly terrifying.
Can you give us a close out?
Seconds later, the entire house begins to shake. Doors and windows rattle violently as though an earthquake has ripped through the house. Even the chandelier is left swaying in the aftermath. The paranormal investigators immediately leave the house, fearing that they might actually be harmed in some way if they were to stay any longer. Finally, the crew of Mindseed TV recommend that the homeowner no longer stay in the house until it's been cleansed.
Give us a close out.
Uploaded to Reddit by user Nutsack, This is potentially some of the most obvious ghost footage we've seen yet. As is explained in both the video and the accompanying Reddit post, the video was captured in the uploader's mum's house. In the hallway in question is a singular line controlled by two separate switches. Keeping the camera viewed on both switches as much as possible while still showing the light, the uploader points out that both switches are clearly in the on